Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Ryan, a gamer tag dad, and today we are looking at the ultimate healing build within Elden Ring. And what I classify as the ultimate healing build is essentially the Blasphemous Blade and the Serpent curved sword. These work really well together, whether it is within the last fight within Elden Ring, which is against the Beast and then this lovely fella here, or some of the other dual bosses throughout the game. So essentially how this works is we have our Ash of War, and every time it lands you get 10% of your max HP back, and then once you kill something, the Serpent curved sword actually then regenerates you a big chunk of HP as well. This works perfectly when clearing dungeons and clearing some of the smaller bosses within the game, or like I said earlier, any of the duo bosses within the game. Now going back to the build itself, we are stacked with everything that is healing based, whether that's talismans that boost our healing regeneration, whether that's the armor we're using that boosts our healing regen when we hit a certain amount of health. We are also using the ritual sword talisman, and actually at some points we were using the ritual shield talisman, depending on what boss fights we were coming up against. Because with this build, in theory, you are stacking out at 100% HP at all times, or as much as you physically can. This build itself is fantastic at clearing mobs, it's fantastic at clearing bosses, because let's face it, the Blasphemous Blade is still probably one of the top 3 weapons in the game, along with the Bolt of Grand Sack, depending on what you're trying to achieve within the game. Now you will see this is patch 1.09 rather than patch 1.10, which just came out the other day. Otherwise that crit that just landed on Godfrey would have been a hell of a lot more, and we probably would have absolutely destroyed him. Now I did accidentally mess the end of that fight up though, but that was me more panic rolling there than what really needed to happen. You'll find that this weapon does absolutely destroy most bosses. It's just insane. We pair it nicely with the Fire Scorpion Charm and Flame Grant Me Strength, along with the Fire Shrouding cracked tier within our Flask. Now going back to the build itself, it has a lot of versatility because we could go ahead and boost our maximum HP with our talismans. We can go ahead and use Erdtree's Favour +2 for example for more HP and various other stats. We can go ahead and use the Ritual Sword Talisman or Shield Talisman to increase our damage at specific points of our HP or max HP. You have the Honeydew Talisman as well, which allows you to regenerate HP. We have the ability to swap those out for more FP, or the reduction of FP when we cast our Ash of War. We also have the ability to do other ones where when we kill something, we gain the HP back. And overall, this build along those lines is just fantastic. Go ahead and throw the Crucible Knight in there. I needed the incantation that he drops for another build, so I wanted to go grab that quickly. Now I'm going to show you 2 versions of this. This is going to be version 1 of maximum HP with the Ritual Sword Talisman on, and then we're actually going to swap over to drained HP just to show you kind of how quickly this regenerates itself, whether it's with the Ash of War and with the armor we have on, because the Royal Remain set has a great passive boost when you start dropping down. It's not brilliant, but paired with the other talismans we've got and the Ash of War we've got and the Serpent curved sword that we're using, it's insane. You don't actually need to use the Serpent curved sword, it just needs to be equipped, and then you get the generation of your HP back. You could argue Prayerful Strike would be better, but that's only on landing. Well, I get, you know, this Ash of War as well as on landing, but it's really hard to miss this Ash of War, even depending on what you're fighting. Even some of the quicker bosses in the game don't get out of the way of this. But this is a really short video today because we go ahead and smash, in my opinion, 2 of the harder but 2 of the funner bosses within the game, and I'm currently working on the Elden Beast with this build. But it does a lot of damage, but I accidentally I slipped up about 5% HP in there, so that's why the fight isn't in here. But now we're actually shifting over to the build itself, and the build itself is the Blasphemous Blade +10 and the Serpent curved sword, and we have the whole Royal Remain set. We have the Fire Scorpion Charm, Shard of Alexander, the Blessed You Talisman and the Ritual Sword Talisman. You will see we're on a heavier load at the moment, but I have been running the Erdtree's Favour +2 when it comes to the boss fights, because I much prefer, it's probably my favourite talisman in the game because of the utility and versatility it gives you. Then in our Flask we have the Fire Shrouding cracked tier, and we have the defensive boost tier there. So I hope you have enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye!